Wow, it's been a hot minute. How are you guys? You guys doing good? Good, excellent. That's very good. But last we had left off. Oh, it's been a little while. Last we had left off, our wonderful, intrepid new party of adventurers had kind of begun their own paths, their own trips throughout the world. They were introduced to one another. You guys fought some strange undead within a small kind of temple just outside of Femdel. Um, you discovered a strange book of which your kind of hiree, the archaeologist that's kind of grabbed all of you, put you together. A woman named Alcon, a half dragon, as she was. She's essentially kind of like, dragged all of you along and left you guys just outside of Femdel after the mission was completed because she needed some time to do a little bit of research before she potentially had. Yeah. Well, you did a few, a little tidbit here, a little tidbit there, and you found a strange man that was almost like halfway between a werewolf and a normal person, and it was very, very strange. But yeah, you managed to defeat them, kill them, and kind of left them there. But the city was, or sorry, the small town in which you found yourselves was kind of restored to peace. One, Giancarlo had a little bit of fun with the innkeep who, disappeared one morning. While the rest of you were eventually kind of brought together again by Alcon to be heading towards the city of Ashfell, one which some of you are familiar with, and one which some of you aren't. But after that little bit of a recap, we pick up essentially as you started traveling. I don't think I mentioned it last time, but she did say she was going to pay you for this trip, as well as to keep kind of guard. It wasn't gonna be like a extremely large amount. She doesn't have too much money to her name. Unfortunately, she is just a teacher. But she has, some savings provided, and she does say that she'll probably give you guys about 120 gold for escorting her all the way to Ashbel, and whatever it is that you guys find along the way that doesn't have anything to do with the specific thing that she is researching, which is the demonic incursion, you guys are free to keep always. And yeah, but yeah, as you guys leave this very, very small town, basically just a few houses, you can see that Alkan has brought with her a cart. It is the same driver that you guys had seen previously, of which you don't have before. This kind of like older, tattered human man. But yeah, she essentially signals for all of you to get on onto the slightly like what's it called? Like what's that white linen covered wagon? And just kind of indicates to you guys that she's ready for the journey if all of you are.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, feel we're ready.
All right, excellent. I'm going to begin some environmental stuff. Give me a moment. Boom.
Oh, bird.
Bird. And we are going to go with that is ambiance. We're going to go with something else. Urban.
Forgive me. The name of the town we were inhabiting was Ashfell.
No, you were not in Asheville. The actual small town in which you were in. Give me one moment. I have to find it. It is a small town. It's essentially like a farming community named Tario.
Tario.
Tareo.
Tario, though.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. As you guys begin to set out on your journey forward, you do go past Femdel. Alcon kind of turns to all of the rest of you as this, the cart begins to head towards the city of Femdale. If I remember correctly, you guys wanted to go around, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to go
Yeah.
through that fucking city.
Okay, honestly, probably for the better. It's a pain in the ass to get in, and it's a pain in the ass to get out. Take the long way. Yeah. He kind of, the older human man just kind of looks back. Yep. And he just hits the reins on the horse, and you can see the two horses begin to veer off on a slightly less often tread path that is essentially skirting the entirety of Femdale. Wilderness. Let's begin with.
Are we close enough to view that outskirts for, as you will, cursory glance
Yeah,
of
you
the
certainly could.
extremities?
Give me a perception check if you so wish to take a look at the specifics of Femdale.
I have elite vampire vision.
Not bad. If anybody else would like to do it, they can as well. But essentially, you guys are. Sorry?
I was gonna say, I think as we're going like around the city, I want to be in a spot where, if it's fully covered, no one can see me inside the cart
Yeah, same.
from the
Yeah,
outside
yeah.
at least.
So the cart is like a it's covered on this linen tarp.
Wow.
You know those
Yeah.
like old style
Yeah.
Oregon Trail kind of wagons? It is essentially the same thing. Or if you've watched Freerun, it's essentially the same type of
Yeah, I just
wagon
kind of
there.
want to be sat in a spot where even if like someone were peeking in through the front, they wouldn't be able to see me. Just kind of like
Put up.
perfectly in the middle, I suppose.
Sure. Is John doing the same?
Yeah. I'm gonna hide behind Libra if I can.
Behind Libra. Okay.
He's
Sure.
so
The
huge.
two of you could give me a stealth check if you so wish.
Oh,
But for the rest of you, as you're kind of
no.
glancing towards the actual, ooh, okay. The rest of you, as you're kind of casually
Well, I hope
glancing,
you're ready for a 1,
I believe in you.
because I have disadvantage.
I believe in
you.
Ooh.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
it's
say.
not a
Wow.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as you guys are kind of glancing towards the actual city itself, for those of you who I believe that's a success, right?
I have to check.
I'm pretty sure I reset your number too, so that it's like 0 plus your stress
Well,
or
I'm
something
at
like that.
1 right now. Let me
Oh.
check. I got it here.
Okay. But yeah, so as the rest of you are kind of glancing towards the actual town itself, Rune, John, unfortunately, John, it's actually very difficult for you to try and really see the town itself. Actually, you know what? No, you rolled a natural 20. I'll say that it's actually fine. But
So that is a failure.
oh no, well, it's a +1 to it.
Because the DC was a 5.
Well, you can decide on what to do. But for now,
Oh, I mean, I absolutely already know.
yeah, the
Just kind of staring off in the distance,
The-
fully catatonic.
Yeah, Giancarlo, he makes no efforts to move whatsoever whenever you're just kind of like skirting behind him or between the actual cart itself and him. But yeah, as you guys are actually looking at the town itself, or sorry, the city itself, more like, Neve, you, Constantine, and kind of Giancarlo do notice quite a large amount. Rune, you kind of just basically get like surface level information, which all of you would get, which is essentially the city is built up kind of like a very strange, almost formation of a walled city. It is relatively circular in shape. You can see these like pretty high walls, maybe about 20-25 feet, that kind of rises at the edges of the city itself, all the way up into the air. The walls themselves have a large amount of kind of like these defensive holes, of which you are probably aware that archers could stand behind, shoot out of relatively easily within the cover. The area which is towards the actual bay itself, it's a little bit difficult from where you guys are to see it, but you do see like there's ships passing in and out, and you can probably assume that there is some sort of docks. You do know and can definitely see that there is an airship dock on the upper portion of the city itself. like Giancarlo, you can even see that currently there's 2 airships that are docked near the top tip of the actual city itself. No, sorry, not Giancarlo. Neve would be the one to see this. You can see that there's 2 like airships that are just kind of parked near the top of the actual area itself. Both are just kind of vaguely hovering. There's these propellers that are spinning, but they don't seem to be either propelling it forward or just kind of like keeping it in place. As you guys are moving along, you actually see one of them detach, and it kind of like drifts outwards for a little bit, and the propellers like properly start spinning. It seemed that they were in some sort of like idle mode before. Now they're actually like fully going full force, and you can see like the ship itself turn before just actually going pretty fast in the air, over in a northeastern like direction. You can probably guesstimate that they're heading towards maybe Ashfell or maybe Coldrain, somewhere in that region. Aside from that, you can definitely see that just the geography of the actual city itself is shaped very differently, because on top of those 25 feet walls, you can see these like maybe 10, 11 different pillars that rise up, these like really thick, probably like 30, 40 feet like wide pillars that just seems to be supporting an upper portion of this entire city itself. This upper portion of the city looks like it's built on some sort of like almost platform. So the bottom of it is relatively flat. You can see like there's things like, especially you, Constantine and Neve, you guys see things literally dripping out of certain holes. There's things falling out from the top portion into the lower portion of the cities. And it doesn't seem like it's very discriminatory. It almost looks like a very light like rain or kind of just like deluge of sludge that just kind of comes down every once in a while. Sometimes it comes in a big clump. Sometimes it's just very small bits that are just kind of like dripping down. It's not great, and is well, you don't really know what it is, but it does not look very.
I think John knows what it is.
Oh, you know exactly what it is. But the rest of you are like, it's quite viscous. Like, it's not water for sure. But yeah, aside from that, you can see that on the upper portions of the city, they have these like their street level has a lot of things like lamps. You can see, well, they're currently not on, given that it's relatively early in the day, but you do see like their street level lamps. You can see like cobblestone streets. You can see various different carriages traveling to and fro. There's a lot of people, and most of them are relatively well dressed that are kind of just walking about. They have parks. They have various different things that just seem like it's quite decent. And Neve and Constantine, the two of you can definitely tell that this top portion, because of how the sun is kind of located, is blocking out a lot of the actual sunlight of the lower portions of the city. Mind you, like, because of the angle, some portions of the lower city is probably still getting some sun, but it's not going to be very much, especially with how high the walls are. And it almost feels like there's a bit of an oppressive atmosphere that just radiates out of the actual city itself. Yeah, that would be like the majority of what you can see from here. There are guards that seem to be patrolling like the top of the 25-foot wall, but aside from that, nothing too extraordinary to notice. But yeah, as you guys kind of begin heading away, the path actually takes you relatively into the forest, so you guys avoid Femdel for the most part. Even going around it, there's not too much of an issue. Eventually, joining back up with a larger main path that actually takes you deeper into Mizeland, away from Entarl. All of you can give me a history check.
All of us?
Hey,
This is a
I'm
group
so
check.
stupid.
Yeah, this is a group check. Constantine, you would have had disadvantage, but I don't think it matters.
What if I get a natural one?
Oh,
Didn't. Damn. Well,
Damn, you don't know shit.
unfortunately, no. You guys are vaguely aware that there is a location because you guys have, maps and you guys have seen maps that there's a location called Entarl. You don't know what it is, but you just know that the main path that seems to travel between Femdel and Asheville seems to actually skirt around it.
Hmm.
Neve, I'll see it a little bit. How old are you? You've lived.
Like 100 and something, right?
No, last time, didn't we?
Yeah,
I
think
wrote it down.
I think Neve is at least 100, right? So you would have probably heard at least a little bit about Enkarl. You just know that at some point in the past it was a relatively large like trading hub. But strangely, seems that the path that you guys are taking seems to skirt around the entire. You guys can ask Alcon questions if you want. That's only if you want. But yeah.
No, never.
Yeah. The days kind of pass by relatively slowly, quietly for the most part. Oh, sorry, go
As
ahead.
we're passing by Femdel, I'm gonna look at one Libra individual, and Giancarlo for that matter, and say, if I didn't know better, I'd wonder if you're not the least bit homesick, or that you're
Absolutely not.
trying to avoid.
No.
And I briefly look at Giancarlo, and I just see the catatonic stare and the dial-up noise coming from him with that shitty roll.
Yeah. You can see
Maybe
that for the
he
brief
needs to go
moment.
inside the bag.
Yeah, for the brief moment, he doesn't seem to be like witnessing or experiencing anything that's around him. But you can definitely tell that Giancarlo is not happy about it, or he wouldn't want to.
How bad could it be? When I was asleep, this area was a hole in the ground.
Alcon kind of. Vendal's a terrible place. There's a lot of people that try and escape it. A lot of people that try and leave. Not a lot of them succeed. Some people have, I guess, exceptional privilege. I'm one of them, so I actually do get to leave relatively freely without being accosted by the guards. But it's a little bit of a closed system. She kind of glances around. It's a shithole, especially the bottom portion. The upper portion is just rich or powerful. Everything that they can to prevent the rest of us from ever even leaving. Their method of travel is
How do they benefit from keeping you there?
a free workforce. People to keep oppressed whenever they need something or want something. They just pluck someone from the lower areas and who's to even report them? Who's to even notice that they're gone?
And what prevents those poor chaps from rising up?
Has there been a rebellion in Femdel before?
Give me a history check.
Okay.
Real quick.
What's up?
We haven't had a long rest since we left, have we?
Not since you left. You guys are still basically right outside Femdel. Like it's been maybe like an hour or two. Giancarlo, as you kind of like trying to recall it, you do remember hearing something about a rebellion before from one of the older people that you've spoken with. But it was essentially a joke to them, at the very least, the way that they were speaking about it. That it was quite literally quelled within the day.
So there's no like fun folk songs about like
Oh
killing
no,
guards and things
no,
like that.
no.
Not
Excellent.
America coded.
No. All right.
Yeah, John, you would know this. Constantine, as you're kind of thinking about it, Alcon does reply. But there hasn't really been any, none that are successful.
From our position, is it difficult to see the area of Femdel that's directly beneath the aristocratic platform, if you will?
Absolutely. It is almost impossible to see anything except for like maybe the tops of very, very tall buildings. Mainly due to the fact that there's a 25-foot like concrete wall in between the interior and the exterior.
And
And
that's
you-
about that wall is about as tall or taller than the pillars that support the upper class.
No, the pillars that support the upper class are actually relative, are like longer and taller. They're like maybe about
No, yeah.
150 feet tall. And you do see
Wow.
like the spires of like some taller buildings that kind of like reach maybe 100 feet ish, but you don't really see people through those spires because it's like most of them are like the exteriors of buildings. Like you could see a clock tower of some sort, but aside from that, it's difficult to tell from one distance, and two, it's just like yeah, it's just a little bit difficult to tell, especially since there's a distinctive lack of sunlight on a lot of that. Area.
Question.
I look. Yeah, go ahead.
Are there any buildings that I recognize that are tall enough to see over the wall?
The clock tower. It is a well-known spot to kind of like determine exactly where you are, and the clock tower rings at every hour for however many like things it is, and it's used by a lot of the residents within the lower area of Femdel to tell time because they don't really have any other way.
Okay. Do I attach any sort of special
back.
significance to that clock tower aside from the usual?
You probably would.
Okay.
I'll let you determine what that special significance is, but yeah, probably would.
Okay.
Welcome back, Libra. We're talking about the history of Femdel. Did you want to do a history check? It is entirely optional, and this is a group check, so even if you fail it,
Oh, thank
You
you.
don't-
Well,
it
most of the
doesn't
group has failed it, though, I assume, right?
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is why I'm asking you if you wanted to do one.
You know what? Fuck it. You lose every shot you don't take. My +1 history surely will come in handy.
I believe in you. Oh my god!
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. You do know that Femdel was not always like this. You don't know how you know this information, but it just seems to almost like come out from the back of your mind, like it's been tucked away, or maybe it's a book that you had read at one time or one period before, and it's just kind of like resurging itself. But you do remember that at one point, not even that long ago, maybe like less than 100 years ago, Femdel was an entirely different city. It was, mind you, a mining city, but it was also a technology haven. They had created some of the first like airships, working together with the people in Coldrain to link up, like to allow travel across the entirety of the continent through mundane means without having to teleport. It made it significantly more affordable to a lot of the actual folks, but it also made a lot of money for a lot of people who probably didn't really deserve it. But you're vaguely aware that there's probably something that happened during that period, and you would know exactly that it was 75 years ago, well, 74 years ago, that because of the demonic invasion, some people took advantage of it and separated it into two separate classes. Femdel is also a mining town, so there are mines, tunnels, and a variety of things underneath the actual ground itself. And a lot of those resources gets pulled up through those large pillars into the upper portions of the city. That's the addition.
Does that imply? Well, I guess this knowledge is only privy to Libra.
But it's up to Libra if he wants to share it.
I mean, if anyone has asked about it, sure. If no one has asked, I think he just keeps it to himself.
Constantine was talking about it with Alcon. They were kind of having a little, like, small discussion in regards to why are the people so oppressed? Why are they not doing anything? Has there been rebellion?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. If that is the case, Libra will pipe up with his apparent knowledge of the history of Femdale.
Which, after you regurgitate it out, you kind of get a little bit confused because you genuinely don't know where that came from.
Yeah, for sure.
Rune kind of opens her eyes wide at Libra, seemed out of character from what she knew about him, and just claps, like almost like a golf clap, with her mouth open, like, oh. She finds all this very interesting.
If you look at Libra, he is extremely confused. He has a confused look on his face.
I ask Libra, does that then imply that when a demon incursion scours the land, the ultra-rich see it as an expedient means of culling and refreshing the population of the less fortunate
That's
behind
dark.
their hollowed walls?
I mean, possibly, but if you kill everyone down there, who are you gonna get to repopulate if they're all dead?
Or make your food.
Or mind your shit.
And who, if anyone, did you leave behind? Do you not think of them? Are you planning not to rescue? What about yourself, Giancarlo?
Well, the people that I was friends with would probably kill me. But then again, I'm just nobody. And when I say that, can I like eye check Alcan when I say that?
Yeah. Give me a insight check.
Everyone I knew is dead, so it doesn't matter.
From the best that you could tell, she actually just like straight up glances over at you as soon as you say that, and like she almost shudders, but very quickly recovers.
Nice. He'll just kind of eye her and then go back to the conversation.
I asked Giancarlo, do you mean to tell me that you've gone rogue?
What?
Because he's a rogue.
I mean, I left. Yeah.
But were you sent on a mission that has presumed your eventual return?
If I was, why would I be afraid of
Then-
going back?
Because you're overdue for a return? Perhaps?
I
Why
just
are
kind of
you wanted?
Shrug like, I don't know. No, dude, I just don't want to go back. People don't like me, all right?
All right then, keep your secrets. But do not take me for some non-noticer of cheap tricks.
Okay.
After all, why not? Why shouldn't we keep our secrets known?
Right.
See if I can squeeze in one more reference in there. I'm just kidding. If I take one more step, I'll be the farthest from where I was prior I've ever been. I'm just kidding.
Are you, I hate to ask, gonna carry the bones of your wife everywhere you go?
You are a funny one.
It's a serious question.
And what would you do if you had your beloved tied to your bodily vessel? We shall be
Well-
reunited again.
I wouldn't, and I would bury them.
Yeah, they'll grow like a tree out of the hole. I promise.
What kind of tree?
Like a person tree. I don't know.
You do
wife.
realize if we go to a city, people might check your bag, right?
Yeah, the bones thing is not gonna fly.
They can try to check me. I'm sure I could pass it as some odd foreign ritual custom.
You have a full person's worth of bones in your bag.
It's not exactly easy to hide either.
And you keep talking about it.
Also, they rattle.
They do. It's very annoying to my hearing.
I'll
You
tell
know-
them it's a dead necromancer bounty, which is almost the truth.
You know, we can always like, you know, if you were to like bury it, I could always do a funeral, right?
I think not. My
So
wife
what you plan
deserved a
with them?
better end. I will bring
So
her
what-
back and give
How?
her
How long is
the
she
rest
been
of the
dead?
life she deserved. Her story was unfinished. Constantine genuinely doesn't know how long he's been asleep. He was truthful when you can gauge that he was truthful when he said when he fell asleep, this area was just a hole in the ground.
So
I would say.
So you're looking at what? Some big ritual, possibly, to bring her back to life?
I only just got here. I'm working it out.
Well, I
You
can
know-
tell you right now, that's going to cost a lot of money.
Be that as it may, I have time.
I know we're not going there, but would Femdel have a cleric or someone who could resurrect his wife?
They'd be in the upper part of the city. Good luck getting in there.
And good luck talking to those assholes.
I'm sure Asheville would probably also have, you know, at least a handful, but Libra is right. It would cost a hefty price. Like even the cost that my father paid to try and cure my ailment ran quite the amount of gold and platinum, and that wasn't even a proper like ritual like that. That was just, you know, restorations and the like.
Your ailment? Were they successful? Did you take them up on their offer?
Well, considering that I can't see, no.
I am in no rush. I shall keep my wife close, and I will not speak of this again, at least for now. You
Letting
can tell
know you're
that he's
gonna get
frustrated.
arrested.
You know, at the very least, like if you want to hold on to her for now, I suppose it's whatever. But once you get to Asheville, I would honestly recommend maybe going and maybe you can go and open a bank or something and like deposit it there. That way, you know, it's there. It's in a nice, secure area that's also vacuum sealed, so you don't have to worry about them withering away. And should we ever come across the resources or abilities to bring her back, you know, she'll always be there. And we don't have to worry about us getting arrested for, you know, tampering with a corpse. It can be a very serious crime in some cities.
They worry about corpses in Asheville.
Jake, do they worry about corpses in Ash?
Oh, they definitely worry about corpses in Asheville. Most
Yes.
places do.
In fact,
Femdel
most places
is actually-
yeah.
Femdel is
I
an
was gonna say
exception.
you'd probably be
Okay,
fine
yeah.
in Femdel.
I've stabbed multiple people in Femdel and no one cared.
Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, obviously, killing people is generally illegal in any civilized society, but you know,
If you get
at
caught.
least in Asheville, the Citadel of Light, and various other cities and towns, generally speaking, there is a pretty hefty reverence placed on, you know, bodies. A level of respect is usually shown.
Are they highly religious there?
Jake, confirm.
Where is there? Asheville, do you mean?
I guess
would assume.
so.
That's where we're going. So
Yeah.
Everywhere is highly.
Okay, okay.
Except for Femdel.
Except for Femdel, yes, this is actually true.
In fact,
Sorry.
actually,
It is Femdel, Coldrain, I think, are the only two places that are like not super religious.
fitting that's like where half the party apparently comes from. Is those two
Everyone else
places.
is like big godheads or something.
Well, the thing is, the gods are very, very prevalent in the entirety, or like the entire function of every portion of the society. A lot of clerics are essentially the doctors. They're the kind of like the people who take care of things, not just magically, but like physically as well. They do rites. They're like priests, clerics. They're doctors. They play very important parts in a lot of societies. And Coldrain and Femdel kind of steer away from it. The only reason for Coldrain, actually, wait, am I telling you this? You give me a history roll.
You got it.
No, keep going. What are you doing, Jake? Come on.
I gotta keep some things in the back pocket. I can't just fucking can't get me. You got me monologuing. You slide up. Nah. Yeah, Giancarlo, you would know that the majority of places are relatively religious, mainly. Like you probably learned this sometime, just having discussions with
Traders and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But the reason that Cauldron and and Femdel are not as religious is because they've kind of deciphered the arcane portions of magic itself, as well as technology, to a point where they don't necessarily have to rely too much on uh, like the magics of the gods themselves to kind of keep people healthy and alive. Uh, there has been also a very high prevalence of religious kind of not necessarily fervorism, but leniency on religion because priests and such are capable of dealing with demons. Yeah, that's the main reasons.
I guess I'll turn and be like, yeah, no, Femdel doesn't really give much of a shit about the gods. I mean, they just figured most of it out themselves.
I
but
say
yes,
I appreciate the concern. If we are where I think we are from the geography, does anyone know of a small village nearby called Lovecarton? I'll type it in the chat so people know the spelling.
I'm from nearby. Do I know?
You could give me a history check with disadvantage.
You got
Same
it.
with Libra.
Oof. Nope.
wow.
I'm not gonna bother. I don't think
I'm
people
a city
cares.
slicker.
You know what?
City
That's
slicker.
entirely fair. You know what? I will give one to companion. Your lad. Oh
Yes, there's also a disadvantage.
no, hers is not a disadvantage.
Oh,
Because she actually has regular access to knowledge.
excuse you.
Yeah, you uneducated fuck.
Yeah, excuse you, I guess.
I'm sorry. But she, you can see how Khan kind of ponders it for a moment. That sounds familiar, but I don't remember why. I think there's probably an area nearby that I had initially wanted to investigate, but if there's a town that's named Pardon, it's not populated, to say the very least.
It could be a ruin. It could have been renamed with the passing of time. Regardless, if Veltran Manor still stands, then I will rest my wife there where I know she's safe until I find a way to resurrect her. I am in no rush.
If it's any consolation, I mean, I don't know where that is, but if we get to Ashfell within a reasonable time, you could always, at the moment, or at least for the time being, bury her at one of the temples that I would, know about.
That is kind.
My concern is mostly just, caring about a pile of bones everywhere we go.
That pile of bones is my wife. She remains, despite being remains.
Well, then whenever we enter into a city that, such as Asheville or any major city that would have reasonable security, I would suggest then you either going ahead or behind us.
I will consider.
Now, do you think they will be more or less suspicious if we like fashion them into some jewelry or something?
I
Of
mean,
course,
it's
if
not.
it were respectful.
It is not entirely uncommon for people to make. There's a term for it, but jewelry and other trinkets out of remains, albeit many see it to be a bit morbid, but it's not entirely unheard of. But that's usually with one's hair or cremated ashes, not the entirety of the bone structure.
Constantine, as Esther's going on, is visibly uncomfortable, or at least fidgeting just a little bit, because he's holding the locket he's wearing, and then a locket that's like dangling out from the pouch in which his wife remains, and the two like lockets kind of like meld together, and he's just fidgeting with it, like flipping them open and close, and trying otherwise not to betray like any emotional discomfort hearing this discussion.
Is there any further discussions that you guys would like to have?
No, Rune has been thinking for a really long time about this bone skeleton issue, and she really did. Does Constantine have the skull too?
It's like a fully complete skeleton.
But in
Alas, poor
pieces?
York.
Yep, it's not attached to each other.
Well, the skull is a dead giveaway, and she kind of just says that part out loud and shakes her head.
Like, are the bones like intact and sandpapered down and pristine, or are they like fucking haggard and fractured?
They're not
Coffee
haggard
stained.
and fractured. They're not haggard and fractured, but they are like coffee stained, stained with like age, dirt, mud. Like they're not clean by any means. It essentially looks like it was bones that was just dug up from a grave.
There's little enamel erosion, if at all.
Yeah. As far as you can tell, give me
There's none.
a medicine check.
Wow.
Looking at it on your own, you're not really able to tell how much erosion there has been, mainly due to how like dirty and kind of like ingrained the actual dirt and everything is into it. But you could definitely tell that, on like minimum estimation, it's probably been a couple hundred years. Like they're probably not as solid as they used to be, like just after death or anything like that. But like it hasn't been thousands of years at least.
Constantine feels a slight sense of relief, knowing at least a guesstimation of the span of time. At least I slightly know where I am,
Slightly.
or when I am.
Yeah. As all of you guys kind of continue onwards, I don't know if I've explained it to you before, but I have a very specific way that I handle travel. For those of you who know already, it's essentially the same. What happens is that every 3 days of travel, a certain kind of occurrence or an event kind of happens. What you guys are, what it essentially happens is it's an exercise in improvisation for both myself and for some of the players. And we usually go around, everybody gives one prompt before it kind of does another circle and goes back. But essentially, you tell me in either a sentence or two what kind of event might happen. I think I explained this back when we did the rules at the very, very beginning. Uh, but essentially, what it is that like you can tell me a prompt. It has to be generic enough that it's not detrimental and it's not something that you can't like play around with. And it can't be specific enough to the point where it causes active detriment or benefits to the party. Um, how it actually ends up is usually, someone just tells me, "Hey, there's a random branch that seems to be blocking the road." That could be an example. Or another example is like a strange shadow seems to pass overhead, pass behind the clouds. We're not sure what it is. And that could be another example. Or a third one would be like, "Oh, I see there's a crashed cart on the side of the road and there's someone that seems to be screaming for help." Okay. So now I'm going to ask one of you to give me a prompt, an idea, something that's happened. Actually, no, sorry. The first one, I have a set one, but for the future, because you guys are probably going to have
House.
yeah, first one's on the house. But in the future, there are other. So I will be asking you guys for one. So if you want to prepare one ahead of time, feel free. Or if you want to make up something on and just kind of like make it up when I ask you for it, that is also perfect. But for now, the first one, as it is on the house. As you guys are kind of traversing through these lands, past these kind of very well-traveled roads, you can see that there is a variety of other foot traffic as well. It's not just you guys kind of traversing the actual roads themselves. There's not too many other people, mind you. The wilds are still relatively dangerous, and a lot of them do have guards and such with them. A lot of them are quite, like, guarded, to say the very least, against not just your group, but just, like, other people in general. A lot of them seem relatively well armored, well armed, and you can see a variety of different mercenary companies that seem to be kind of like taking various different jobs to escort either merchants or travelers and whatnot. But yeah, there are a lot of people on the roads, as in you see maybe like a dozen in one day, like a dozen groups in one day. But it could also be because you're relatively close to Femdel. Whether they're going to the lower levels of Femdel or the upper levels, you're not entirely sure. But as you guys are kind of traversing through the roads themselves, give me a perception check. Oh,
Oh, is it site-based, Jake?
God damn
it is not. So you could actually roll without disadvantage.
And is this the same day that this conversation is going on?
No, I will say that this will be the next
Okay.
turn.
Okay, then before I roll, during our first long rest on travel, I am going to after my trance, I'm going to change out my proficiencies from Astral Elf.
Yeah, for sure. And you guys can. I will say that for this journey, Alcon has provided you guys with food and water, so you guys do not need to worry about that.
Since we're on the road, I'm gonna give myself stealth and survival.
Sure.
And then perception check, you said.
Yeah. Uh, 16. We have 7, 5, 15, 12, and 19. 16. Okay, so those of you who rolled 15 or higher, you guys, as you guys are kind of traversing through the actual road itself, do begin to hear some strange noises off in the actual forests themselves. You're not entirely sure what that sound is, but it sounds like rustling. And it's more than just a little bit of rustling. It's like a pretty decent amount of rustling. It seems that the underbrush is being disturbed, and you're not entirely sure by what. However, it does sound like it's getting closer. Is there anything that you guys would like to do while you guys are still on the road? This would be about a day later. You guys would be out of Bell and probably past your first day. Yeah, this would be about halfway through the day on the second day.
So it's about like noon, and we're in the middle of like a heavily wooded
Yes.
road.
So a little bit of a description of your surrounding areas is in the
Svalich
far.
Road in Barovia.
As you guys are kind of traversing down this relatively kind of well-trodden path, the dirt almost road it's about 10 feet across, so it's relatively comfortable for this cart to be kind of traversing alongside it. The horses are doing decent, but to either side of the road, it's a relatively like not too windy road, and you can see maybe about a mile or two down the actual road itself. But onto either side of you, to the left and to the right, you can see that it's heavily wooded. The majority of the trees are like, what was the opposite of evergreen trees? Coniferous trees? Yeah, they're like oaks, various different trees like that, and they're just kind of like in the area. They're not like massive and overgrown, so you can see the sky above you. But aside from that, there's really not much else to kind of like notice. The underbrush is relatively thick, and you can see that there are a variety of different plants that are growing on the like in the underbrush, but you can hear that something is approaching, but you can't see it yet. It's maybe about 100 feet away, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little less. You're not entirely sure.
Does it seem like the driver and or Alcon hear it at all?
Let's see if the driver hears it. Oh, he does! Let's check for elk. Oh, he definitely. As you guys are kind of like just checking over the two of them, you see Alcon immediately turn. Her brow furrows. What's that? What's the name of the brush? While you see the driver also like stops the cart. Oh, actually, no, he doesn't stop the cart. He keeps going, and he actually like pushes the horses harder. Oh, come on! There's something in the
Going
woods.
faster towards it.
No, you guys are going faster along the road, and it's coming from like a northwestern direction, but you guys are traveling in a northeastern direction. So it's essentially perpendicular to where you guys are going. Give me another perception check. Those of you who actually, this would be all of you can make a perception.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. Pretty good. But as all of you are kind of like pondering and thinking about it, Rune. Yep. Oh, nice. Holy shit. All of you succeeded. Yeah. As you guys are like kind of pondering and just determining what this might be, as the cart driver begins to kind of like push the horses to go faster and faster, they do like kind of begin to sprint and kind of like go into a heavy trot. You actually hear and like see the brush begin to part and kind of like shift ways, and it continues to follow and chase after you guys.
Still hidden by the brush.
Yeah, very well hidden by the brush at this current moment. We are going to initiate what I call a skill challenge.
Oh no.
This should be fun. Give me one moment. I am just going to put on a different soundtrack.
Andrew boy, I had the sudden urge to pray.
You pray with your goddamn best prayer you've ever prayed before in your life.
Just don't do what Kay did. You'll be fine.
Just don't take your hands off of an icy wall while you're praying.
All right, but as you see and feel and hear this something within the actual brush itself begin to chase, begin to push forward, begin to seemingly pursue your cart, you realize that this thing is definitely chasing you guys. As a reminder of how a skill challenge works, specifically for this, it is it's essentially an event that you guys have to succeed in a certain amount of times before you fail a certain amount of times. I will typically kind of lay out the stakes in front of you, and I will kind of give you and you guys can tell me what you want to do. Your character can essentially attempt anything that you want, but if you've already succeeded using a skill check, such as if you wanted to do an acrobatics check to try and escape and help out the cart or the horses or some reason, and you've already succeeded, then no one else can use that same check in an attempt to succeed with this skill check. But for this specific skill challenge, you guys will require 3 successes before you acquire 4 failures.
Mhm.
What would you guys like to do?
Sorry, what does the thing chasing us look like?
As of this current moment, you don't know. It seems to be in the underbrush, specifically hiding itself to prevent itself from being looked at. It is like this dark shadow that seems to be darting in between the actual woods themselves, and they're kind of like they're keeping pace, but you could definitely see that they're starting to catch up.
Oh, we can see like a dark shadow or silhouette, or we can only see it insofar as we can see like the surrounding thick brush being disturbed where it currently is.
It's a bit of both. Because the underbrush
Okay.
is so dark, it's difficult to make out anything other than just like the brush kind of moving back and two. But in occasional locations, you can glance and see this like large dark shadow. It's at the very least as big as a person, if not bigger, that seems to be chasing.
Are we close enough to hear like a quadrupedal gallop, or like a like a anthropodic many legs kind of thing, or like
You
many
guys,
steps like a swarm?
yeah, actually, you would be able to hear it. It is close enough that you can hear, at the very least, it sounds like some sort of set of legs. Like it has more than just 2 legs. It has like how horses have like that odd gallop kind of thing. It's essentially
Yeah.
doing like a slightly off time gallop. So it at least has 4 legs.
Am I able
Or
to
2
track him?
legs?
How do you mean by track?
Good question. Am I able to tell if it's moving in a predictable way?
Oh, it's definitely moving in a predictable way. It is currently parallel to your cart. Your cart is careening down the road, and it is running parallel to you guys in the woods.
So it's parallel. So it's like neck and neck with us.
It's actually catching up. Like because the driver like took off almost immediately, you guys had maybe like 30. You guys were like maybe 30-ish feet forward of it. It is currently about 25, 20 feet now, and it's catching up. You guys now have 1 failure.
Ruh-roh.
Rara.
I'm gonna look at Rune.
Yes.
Can you shoot it? Try to drive it out from under the brush. Maybe
Just
we can
shoot
actually do
it?
something. Well, ideally, yeah. So it's not running underneath the brush like it is currently.
Okay, I can shoot it. Do I have to roll a skill for that?
Yes. So in this case, you would have to make an attack roll. I will say what the DC is, and in this case, the DC is the creature's AC. So I will actually not tell you what the DC is, but so yeah, if you want to make an attack roll with whatever weapon you have, that's perfectly fine. It is at a range of about 60 feet from where you currently are.
Okay. Give me a sec.
Wow.
That
Hey, I think that hits, Jake.
definitely fucking hits. And that counts as 2 successes because it is a natural 20.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah. So as you kind of launch, as you kind of just grab onto the side of the cart, and you manage to knock your longbow. Actually, you are on a moving cart trying to shoot a moving target on a longbow.
Do I have rolled disadvantage?
You would unfortunately have disadvantage. I'm sorry.
Okay. So
If
should
you
I
just
roll it?
hover over the 29, there should be a downwards arrow
Yeah.
that you can click.
Yeah.
14. Oh, that unfortunately does not hit. I'm so sorry.
That's
Uh,
okay.
So that is considered another failure. You guys now have 2 failures and
Oh.
0 successes. As of this current moment, as you kind of you grab onto the cart and trying to like position yourself as much as possible to ensure that you don't kind of like almost fall off of the cart. You do make the arrow shot, and it actually manages to dodge just barely out of the way. You can see this dark shadow almost like leap out from underneath the brush, just over it before jumping back into the actual brush itself. And you could, you did catch a little bit of a glimpse of it. It looked sleek, like it had black fur. But aside from that, it was difficult to tell. It seemed to have a tail, maybe, but you're not entirely sure. And it is still currently giving chase, and it's getting closer. It didn't slow down. It is
Are the
probably
horses-
now. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, are the horses going as fast as they can, or can they go faster?
You're not sure. Maybe they can be pushed.
Would I have to roll animal handling for that?
Would
Okay,
How far?
Would you like to try?
I will try. Oh,
Oh, I could have told you the DC before that, but the DC would have been 13, and you do pass it. So in this case, you guys have 1 success and 2 failures. As you, Rune, how are you communicating with the horses? How are you getting them to go faster?
well, fun fact. Horses that have worked together longer and feel a sense of camaraderie can pull more weight.
Mhm.
I would just be so encouraging. I'd be, you know what? You can really do it. I've never seen such fast horses. You guys are such a great team.
Are you speaking in a language
would-
that the horses understand?
I'm sure they get the vibe. You know? I'm just saying whatever. I'm in a panic.
You know what? That's fair. I'll still take it. But for next time, tell me how you're doing these things so that I can set an appropriate DC.
Okay.
But yeah.
I mean,
I
I wasn't gonna hit the horses.
No, that's perfectly understandable. But yeah, you kind of like give them both like a really stern talking to. You see the guy beside you also just like begin to drive them a little bit harder, and they do seem to cooperate and kind of like know that something is fucked. They need to go faster, and they definitely pick up the pace as much as possible. They get a little bit faster. At the very least, they have a jolt of speed, and you can see that you guys pull forward maybe about 20-25 feet more before this creature begins to kind of like, it gains its own burst of speed and continues to catch up. You guys are at 1 success and 2 failures. Is there anything else that you guys would like to try? Mind
how
you,
far is
because the attack roll failed, you guys can attempt it again. You would still have the same disadvantages. But what was that, Andy?
how far is it from us at the moment?
As of this current moment, because you guys managed to pull ahead a little bit with the horses, it's probably about 80 feet back.
Okay. I will kind of move towards the back of the cart, I guess,
Mhm.
to get as close as possible. I'll probably hold on to someone.
I'll hold
That
her.
way that way I'm not like tripping or falling, because now would be a really bad time to fall.
It'd be a real bad
I
time.
will
to
will
yeah.
hold her.
When it comes to skills, I don't have a lot for a scenario like this, nor do I even really have much for spells. But what I'm going to try and do is I do have Sacred Flame, and I'm going to specifically try and create like a burst of Sacred Flame, like basically right in front of this thing's face, to try and, I guess, almost force
Spook
it to
it.
jump or dodge out of the way, and hopefully having that slow it down or alter
Okay.
its movement a bit.
Okay. What is the range of Sacred Flame?
It's 60 feet, so that's
Okay.
why I said I was
You-
gonna move to like the back of the cart.
Right, and you're basically grabbing onto the back of the cart, and because you guys are moving relatively fast, I would say that you would be relatively like within range. You think? Okay, so for this one, I would need you to roll me your spellcasting modifier specifically, and I need you to roll me a DC of at least 14.
And would this be counted as having proficiency, or would it just be straight wisdom?
Because this is your spellcasting modifier, it is whatever your spellcasting modifier casting is. It's your wisdom plus your I believe your wisdom plus your proficiency. Yes.
Okay. All right, so I'll just roll a wisdom save because that would basically be the same thing.
Okay. That is 2 successes and 2 failures as of this current moment, and it is still there, but as soon as you kind of cast out this spell, even without your vision, you can kind of vaguely tell where it is due to your, special senses. And in that moment, you kind of
I
cast
imagine
out.
that in my view, I see I don't see this thing specifically, but I see all the plant life just being tossed aside and
Oh, definitely, yeah.
trampled on. I'm just
Uh,
oh good heavens.
because of the way that your thing is kind of set up, you actually do see this creature. It's there, it's alive, and it is chasing you guys. But yeah, you kind of set off this burst of sacred flame, and it almost halts directly in its spot to try and prevent itself from hitting itself in the face with the sacred flame. It stops, jumps over it, and you can now see that it's fallen even further behind. Now it's probably about 120 feet behind all of you, and it's still trying to gain. It's still trying to get closer, but it's not getting that much traction. It is still chasing, it's still determined. But you guys now have, I believe, 2 successes and 2 failures. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do or attempt to?
It's more than 100 feet away. Absolutely not. I can't do shit at that point.
All I have are these muscles.
Then
Yeah, I'm not much help.
unfortunately a 3rd failure would occur, but it does get closer. A 3rd, and you can feel these horses beginning to lose steam. They are not built for long distance running, and they've been running for the last 5, 10, maybe almost even 15 minutes at this point. And this thing is still persistently chasing, but you can hear and feel that it's also getting out of breath. It's not made for these long distance chases, but it really seems to want to pursue. It's potentially very hungry or something else. You're not entirely sure, but it's getting closer, and now it's within 60 feet again. You're now at 2 success and 3 failures.
I mean, if it's within 60, I could shoot it.
Did you want to try?
Disadvantage.
Well, yeah, screw it. Why not? What else
Alright.
are we gonna do?
You would be taking it at disadvantage, and it would be against the creature's AC, which is at the very least 15.
Yeah.
Here goes nothing.
I believe in you.
Oh,
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
that is 4 failures. Unfortunately, you failed the skill challenge. The consequence of failing the skill challenge is you are now put into a combat, specifically against something that is very, very dangerous. Good luck.
Good.
For now, we're going to take a very, very short break while I set up this combat. You guys can go run to the washroom, get some water, whatever else you might require.
I absolutely had nothing that could help with this encounter.
No, it's perfectly fine.
I mean,
My last
Yeah, I
option
had
was going to be
Eldritch.
to get oil or a torch and toss it into the
See,
bushes
that
and
was
just hope.
that was my thought as well. I was gonna set my blade up to lightning and just smack a bush to start a fire. I was like, that's so stupid.
Set the entire forest aflame to stop
Yeah,
one
well, that's
creature.
why I was like, I'm not gonna do that because it would absolutely destroy this forest.
I mean, it
All I could've
is
done
something
was
that you
flip
could
it
have
through
done.
and toss at it.
Libra is a part of the Green Party.
Well, I like nature more than I like the city, obviously.
Let's see if I can find this.
Yeah, I mean, the full problem was not being able to see the goddamn thing. If I could see it, I might be able to do something.
Yeah, it is quite unfortunate. This is one.
Can you not?
Don't get traumatized. This is just a map.
I'm gonna cry.
You guys will be fine. Can you guys see the map? Oh, it's just dark. It's just black.
Live Esther POV.
Actually, yes, POV. Let's place the members down, and you guys are up, 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 up.
Oh. John, how'd you get so far back?
You guys would all be within this square. Place yourselves
Where is this
wherever
thing
you
coming
wish.
from?
It is coming from this side.
Okay.
Which side?
This side.
over there. Okay.
Oh.
I guess I'd be near the back because I just shot at it. Yeah. And we're heading north on this map, right?
You guys are heading north on this map.
Nice. I guess I'll drop the bow and take the swords out because this thing's fucking useless.
Imagine Simon would ideally not want to be up in the front there.
Simon would probably not ideally
Okay.
be there at all. Yeah, just put you guys up against the purple worm.
I mean, that's just a TPK, Jake. I don't know why you would do
For the shits and giggles, obviously.
It's not shits and giggles until we... never mind.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
I like to imagine as well that we would know if it was a purple worm.
Oh, absolutely. It's not a purple worm. You guys are fine. This is, however, probably something you are familiar with.
Oh my god. Okay, so it's coming from down there and not up here to the corner
sorry.
left.
It would be here.
Oh,
It would be like here.
yeah.
Sorry, I just placed the token wherever, but yeah, that's where it's actually coming from.
I suppose this explains why we also had disadvantage as well.
Yep.
It may also have been moving.
To
but
be
also...
fair, it was the cart and its actual body. I just basically gave it because of like the double disadvantage thing. I gave it higher AC because usually their AC is lower than 14. But
fair enough.
Or is it?
Right.
No.
All right.
If everybody is here, please roll me initiative.
Maybe not Brit. Okay.
Is Brit here?
Oh boy.
LOL, sorry, no, I'm here. Initiative, let's go. Okay.
Oh. Yeah, I just go into the second tab, press the little ball.
Are you serious?
if
That's
you see-
another
if you
nat
see me
one.
if you see me muted
Wow.
today, it's because I'm hacking up a lung.
Oh,
That
are
is
you
the
okay?
second-
Two nat ones in this
I
combat
am okay.
already.
I am okay.
Well, that's the second nat one I've rolled for combat.
Yeah.
Feels
for
bad.
initiative.
Feels very bad.
Oof.
Like, I mean, it's whatever. I don't plan on attacking it first round, but like, I have a +8. I'm a little annoyed.
Jake, don't forget to roll for Simon.
Oh, yes. Simon. Boom.
Simon.
Simon.
Nice.
Rutabaga.
Rutabaga. I am not going to put Alcana on this map because actually, yeah, you know what? Realistically, she does have a chance to die. I'm putting her
We
on here.
lose our job
Good luck.
right at the beginning.
She has an okay amount of health. Oh,
yeah,
she
she's a
has.
teacher.
She's less than all of you, actually.
Well, she's a teacher. She's got
I think
hundreds
she
of health.
should. I don't know.
Can I just
Con
say-
1, implying that there are multiple.
More than one, yeah.
Oh, sorry. It's because she doesn't have a linked token, even though she should have a linked token.
Can I just say, by the way, Jake,
Yeah, what's up?
really crazy that in
should
this
really be,
made-up
like,
world of
thinking.
yours, teachers still get paid like shit. Really crazy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's a reason, actually. You'll find out. But yeah,
He doled out the moolah when we first met her. Jeez.
yeah. To be fair, I can't tell you that yet.
Okay.
Let's begin this
To be
encounter.
fair, never mind.
Rune, you are first to act. As you're kind of like glancing around, you realize this thing is almost upon the actual cart itself. And as you're getting ready for it, it literally slams into the side of the cart, and you feel the entirety of the cart just like rock shake. The reason is because you guys failed the actual thing. It triggered both the combat encounter and it gets a surprise round. So you are actually not the first to act. It's the Spacer Beast that gets to act first. It slams into the actual cart itself. All of you are knocked prone. Actually, give me a strength save. All of you.
Yippee!
Uh-oh.
Shit roll.
Oh. Oh, Constantine.
You know, it seems narratively consistent that Neve and Rune would be totally knocked on their ass.
Oh yeah.
Let's check Simon. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. All of you are knocked prone except for Constantine. Oh, actually no, Giancarlo, you're actually okay too. You're also still standing. The cart gets rocked. You can see the driver gets basically launched off the front. The horses actually completely disconnect from the front of the cart as it like they get let go and they continue to run. Before this beast slams into the actual cart itself, knocks it over, and all of you are essentially like knocked onto your ass. The only two managing to even keep their footing is Giancarlo and Constantine. Let me put you guys on prone.
We are actually prone, correct? Okay.
Yes, you guys are all prone, except for Jean and Constantine.
He could just
So the cart
stand on it and
capsized, and
start
we're now just on the ground.
Yeah, you guys are essentially like spilling out of the cart. The top of it has kind of like ripped open, and this creature, it's coming down with its tentacles. Yeah, it makes as you guys kind of look at this creature, I'm going to give you a little bit of a description first. As it kind of like approaches now slowly over the top of the actual cart itself, you can see this almost like shimmer around its entirety of its body, well muscled, these many different legs that seems to be kind of like protruding out of its body, this like jaw that just seems to be hanging open, and this low growl and this disgustingly stinky breath. Something else that those of you with higher perception, which is probably like 16 or higher, notice is that it actually looks hungry, like really hungry. In addition, weirdly, you're pretty sure it's female. But yeah, it's
How
going
did we
for
know?
It's got like 8 different nipples that are poking out of the
Okay.
underside. It is going to
Question.
bite.
I mean,
Oh,
males
sorry,
get
go ahead.
nipples.
Would its surprise round not have been to knock the cart?
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, that would have been an action to like slam into the cart. So that is the end of its turn.
I just
Goes to
I
Rune.
had
Safe.
to, I had to make sure.
You know what? You're right. Rune. You're first to
I
act.
assume
You're
I assume
currently-
my whole turn is getting up.
No, it is half of your movement to stand up.
Okay.
So you have by default, I think, 30 feet of movement. So you would only have to use 15 feet of movement to stand up, and you still get the rest of your turn to do whatever it is that you want to do.
Let's see. Well, Rune is squishy.
Mm-hmm.
She is indeed squishy. And she's probably still a little disoriented, so she's let's see. Can I use my turn to dash?
Sure. What are you like? Are you trying to get away from this area, or?
Yeah, just give myself some distance.
Okay.
Like
Sure.
I would move myself. If I dash, that means that's 30 feet again, right? Because it's double of 15.
It's double. No,
Or
no,
is
no.
it just-
It's double your base movement. So you actually have 45 if you dash.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I need to go that far, but I'm gonna try and I'm just gonna go this far.
As you move away from it, this creature's tentacles reach out, and one of them slaps you or tries to. You moved out of its melee range, and it has a range of 10 feet. It's
I
gonna make
see.
that
I
attack.
see.
That is a 15. I believe that misses. What's your AC? Ruth?
You.
Nice sound.
Very gurgly.
Mm.
Yes.
You know what? I think I am okay for now.
What is your AC?
What's my AC? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. My AC is 16.
Then it did miss you. Just by one. That is your movement. You still have some movement left, but you have your action in your bonus action. What would you like to do with it?
Oh,
just
that's
makes
true.
bonus
That's
action.
true.
Oh no,
Can
sorry.
I
You
shoot
used
it?
sorry. You used your action to dash,
Yeah.
so you wouldn't have your action. You still have your bonus action. Then.
Okay, then I'm gonna move an extra 10 feet.
Is that the end of your
Smiley
turn?
face. Yeah.
Turn for Rune. It's Displacer Beast's turn. And lo and behold, there is some delicious, delicious looking things in front of it. Who does it target? Who is the most delicious looking? To be honest, I'm gonna be entirely honest. Simon is not getting targeted.
Yeah, that's fair.
He is a robot.
Does this thing like rotten meat like a fucking bear?
You're not sure. I'm going to give it a roll. I will use this roll to determine who it attacks. Let's do an intelligence check. 7? Okay. It attacks Libra. It has 2 tentacles, of which both will be going towards Libra.
Yeah.
I'm
both
sorry.
Advantage.
Advantage.
I'm prone.
Oh yeah.
That's an 18.
Yeah, it's
You take 11 points of 6 points of bludgeoning,
Wahoo.
5 points of piercing. And it's going to attempt to grapple you with the second one. I need you to give me an athletics or acrobatics check.
uh-huh. Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty
okay.
good. Give me one moment. Yep, there it is. Ooh, okay. It tries to grab you with its tentacle on the second go to try and wrap itself around your neck and kind of pull you along with it, but it unfortunately doesn't succeed as you manage to just grab onto the tentacle and rip it off of you. That's the end of its turn. It goes to Simon. Simon is going to use half of his movement to stand up. He saw that the tentacle had a reach of approximately 10 feet, so he is going to walk back about 15 feet, which is all that he has. And he's going to shoot it with a firebolt. Kaboom. Ooh, I think that hits. That deals damage. It's 4 points of damage. That's the end of his turn, I believe. Is there anything else that he can do? I'm going to double check. Sorry. Oh! Yeah, okay. I'll do that next turn. Constantine, it's your turn.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to wage.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna yell, "Don't touch my wife!" And
Entirely fair.
I'm gonna reach for one of its tentacles and try to just wrap it around my wrist and grapple this fucking thing.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, grapple man.
Give me an athletics check.
I
You have
I
advantage
get
because you're
advantage
a
because
rich.
I'm waging. Oh, no,
Yeah.
no, no.
Is there anything because it's a size larger?
Oh, yeah, no, it is a size larger, so you would have disadvantage, but because you have advantage, it is actually just flat strength check. It is just a 12.
Okay.
It is going to roll an athletics check against you for this. That's a 24.
Oy vey.
Yeah,
It's
no.
a +6.
as you try and grab onto the actual tentacle itself and try to wrap it around yourself to grab onto it to like kind of link yourselves together, it actually manages to wriggle the tentacle completely free of you. And oh wait, sorry, for Simon, you should have had disadvantage on that. That's a hit. That actually,
Oh yeah.
yeah, because it is currently displaced. It hasn't been hit yet, so it doesn't take all of that damage yet. Yeah, no, that's the yeah, that's the end of its that's your action, Constantine. Is there anything that you like to do? Else that you like to do?
No, I'll stay where I am.
All right, that's the end of your turn. It goes to Libera.
I stand up so I'm not prone.
Yep.
I will use my bonus action to light my sword with lightning.
Okay, yeah. You just draw it across your skin, and
Of course, it's maximum.
ooh, that's rough.
Why?
And as you're kind of glancing towards it, all of you would have seen this, but it almost feels like it's slightly in two different places at once. Like it's occupying that space, sure, but it almost feels like there's two versions of it that are just like almost moving in sync with one another, and you're not entirely sure which one is the real one.
Like, if you unfocused your eyes, would it look 3D?
If you unfocus your eyes, it would look like there's three of them. Yeah.
Wow.
I think just because I might need it and I don't know how this is going to go, I think I will use my action to drink a potion of healing because I am already halved.
Oh,
That's rough.
Yeah. Let me just say the max right thing definitely did not help.
Yeah, 4 damage is rough.
And I fucking rolled like shit there. That's sick.
Un-
Wahoo! That's my turn.
It's your turn, Giancarlo.
oh, great, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna hop out of the flipped over cart, and I guess I'll make my way around. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I can fully come around it for flank over here, right?
Still wish, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So give me a sec here. More than enough space. I guess here would be the best spot for that.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to travel through its tile because you'd have
So I
to
guess
go. Yeah,
there, and then how do I? I guess 5, and then I can go like that.
yeah.
Okay,
There you go.
so I'll go there. I have my swords drawn, and I'm
And you do
going
have
to.
advantage because Libra is flanking.
Hell yeah! I'm gonna try for the rapier
Disadvantage
first.
because it's displaced.
Ah, yes, this is true. So it is
So,
just a
regular
flat
roll.
attack.
I can do that.
That's an 18. It definitely hits. As you kind of strike it, you almost swing in a wide arc that covers both of the creatures. And you, as soon as you hit it, it makes contact with the flesh. You can see and feel that there's this disruption in this illusion that is creating, and it once again becomes one creature solidly in front of you. At least for
Nice. I will sneak attack that one for sure. Nice.
oh yeah, go for it. 11 points of damage plus 6. That's pretty good.
And then I will bonus action stab it with the other thing.
Go for it. You have advantage on this attack as well.
Oh, well, now I have advantage, I guess, yeah.
Oh.
Nope.
Yep. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you would have advantage on the second attack, not the first. But yeah, another 5 points of damage. That's pretty good. But yeah, the first hit manages to kind of disrupt its seemingly, strange ability before the second hit just makes solid contact against its like lower thigh. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Esther.
All right. Well, I will use half my movement to get up.
Mhm.
And then let's see. I will cast as my action, I will cast Bless.
Okay, and who are you casting it on?
I'm gonna throw it on myself Constantine and Libra.
Oh,
And then the cart's not turned over, is it? Like it's still upright.
Uh, it is. It has been slammed into. It is turned over, so it's like it's on its side, and this creature is currently like standing on the edge of it, on top of it.
Gotcha. Then yeah, I will kind of like roll over a little bit, and then I'll just back up a bit.
All right. Is that the end of your
Yeah, I'll
turn?
back up. I'll use the rest of my movement just to get around here to the corner. But yeah, after I cast that, I don't have anything. I don't think it's a bonus action at the moment. So yeah, I'll just kind of see all that, cast Bless, and run around there, and that will be it for me for now.
All right, goes to Akan. She will take the disengage action and run. Or she will get up, take a disengage action, and run.
Yeah, I was like, she better get up first.
That is the end of her turn.
He crawls away.
Actually, yeah, she probably would crawl away. She just crawls away.
I just kept crawling and it kept working.
Basically. Well, no, she probably would have like halfway through the crawl gotten up because it would have been the same amount of distance that she could have moved. So she would have gotten up. Okay. But that is the end of her turn. She actually she doesn't. She's not. Yeah. Neve.
Stand up,
Right.
move out of the cart, and then our Lord and Savior Eldritch Blast
Blast them
and it
eldritchly.
is no longer with disadvantage, right?
It is not with disadvantage. Correct.
I
Oh!
think it is for this one.
What?
You roll that one on
Oh,
initiative,
right. You did roll. Wait, yeah, you rolled a nat one on an initiative. So whatever action you take first on your turn, because you rolled a nat one on an initiative, you actually have disadvantage on. So that 25, you would have to roll. Oh, that's still a hit.
It
That's
don't
still
matter.
it. That's
I'm
still.
cool with this.
That's a pretty chunky hit too. Yeah, no. As you kind of like
Damage
roll out of it,
roll.
you kind of do like a flip before you manage to stand yourself up and just blast it. And this like kind of eldritch blast, this stream of like seaweed and like pressurized water hits it on the side, and it does not look happy.
I don't really need to use the bonus action, so I'll just end my turn then.
Then it goes to Rune.
Okie dokie. You know what? I'm gonna shoot him.
Go for it.
Oakley dokley.
21. That definitely hits. 10 points of damage. Yeah, you just let loose a arrow from your longbow, and it strikes it on the side, and it just growls. You can hear it like being quite upset at the various different things that are going on around it, and you can see its eyes kind of like darting back and forth.
To me? Should I hide?
You're not sure?
Uh-oh. You know what? I'm going to take a risk, and I'm not gonna hide.
Okay.
I'm just gonna end my turn here.
It's the end of your turn. It goes to it again. It. Let me double check. Is that at the end of its turn or at the beginning of its turn? Until the end of its next turn. Oh. Yeah. It looks at all of you. It is going to disengage using an action. And it will traverse all over here, 25 feet, and another 40. Going to move to here. To room. That is the end of its turn. But at the end of its turn, you can see that it once again reestablishes that there's two of them as it reforms two different combatants in front of you. It's Simon's turn. Simon, glancing over at it, is going to cast Catapult. You can see him pick up a small rock from the ground and just yeets it. It needs to make a save, if I remember correctly. Next save. That's a failure. Oh, wait. Catapult. Would this technically have advantage on the save? I feel like it would. This would have advantage because of the displacement. That's a 21. Yeah, no, unfortunately, catapult misses as it just strikes the ground. That's the end of Simon's turn. Constantine.
Sorry, I was muted. Is it displacing again at this moment?
Yes, it currently is.
Like
Its
it's all
entire
of the
body.
variety?
Yeah, exactly. It's like two separate shapes at this point now. Once again,
All right. I'm going to move my speed towards it.
go for it.
Yippee! I'm still raging. It
You
is
are.
a size larger. It has a +6 to athletics. I have a +8, and I have a D4. So I'm gonna attempt to grapple again. It's a normal roll.
Yep, go for it. It is a normal roll because you are raging, so you have advantage. It is a size larger, so you have disadvantage.
Achoo.
26 is pretty
Uh,
good. That's an 8. You managed to lock your arms around both of the tentacles, and you basically
That's without the
grasp.
D4.
Yeah, and you basically grasp the bottoms of it, and like, though it's still managing to displace, like you can see that it's still like it looks like it's in two separate locations. Your hands are grabbing onto something solid, and it's preventing it from moving further. But the fur on it is like slick, it's greasy, and you're like having a little bit of a hard time holding it, but you are managing to hold on to it at this moment.
So nice. How much movement did I spend already? I think 20.
Yep, it was
Yeah, so
approximately
20,
20.
and I have 35, and difficult if I'm dragging something.
You would not be able to
Uh,
drag something that's specifically a size larger than
That's
you.
large.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then that is my
Actually,
turn.
You know what? I'll say
Will
because
I be
you're
able to drag it
raging.
5 feet?
Yeah, I'll say because you're raging.
raging.
It would cost 4 times movement. How much movement do you have left? You have 15 feet of
15
movement.
feet.
Yeah, I'll say you could drag it 5 feet. Sure.
I'm gonna drag it 5 feet, like away from Rune, and I guess towards my buddies.
Okay.
Thank
So you put
you.
it there,
Actually,
and
I'm gonna drag it here.
so drag it 5 feet this way. Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
You manage to grab onto the tentacles, and you just essentially force its entire body to move with you. And you can see its claws like digging into the ground, like displacing a bunch of the actual dirt.
I guess I
and
would
shit.
be there. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Libra.
Yeah. Well, I could get there. Yeah, and I guess I will just swing on it.
Sure.
Okay. It's a normal roll now, yeah?
Yep. Well, it's grappled. It's not restrained. And because it's
No,
still
but its
displacing.
speed is 0, correct? Does that
Oh yeah,
change
no, you're
anything?
right.
I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
the
Its speed
normal
is
one
0.
does.
Yeah, it does. It does. You're right. Because it's grappled, its speed is 0. It looks like there's still like there's still like an illusion, but it in effect it's gone. Like you know exactly where to hit because Constantine
Beautiful.
has grabbed it.
Bam. That
Oh yeah,
is
absolutely.
a good roll.
That definitely
Plus,
hits.
Nice.
bam. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Well, your like this lightning crackles along your blade, and you can swing into it, and you can hear it now just like howling in pain. It doesn't look good. It's bloodied.
Yeah. I mean, I've still got a bonus action. I'm gonna try it. I know it's probably gonna succeed because its strength is decently high,
Right?
but I'm just gonna go ahead and try to bonus action Blood Curse of the Binding on it. It's just a DC
Ooh,
12. I
okay.
have a feeling it'll probably succeed, but we try, you
Strength
know?
save, right?
Yeah.
It's actually not proficient in strength saves.
And it succeeds.
Well,
Just
yeah.
like I thought it would. That's it. That's
As
the
you
turn.
as you try and bind this creature to its current location, whatever forces that you have like summoned against it just doesn't seem to take hold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping to bind it in the case that Constantine loses it next turn.
Yeah. Giancarlo.
That'll be the turn.
Let's do some math. God, you guys are
Okay.
far. Okay, I will not get flanking from here though, but
No, unfortunately.
I do get sneak attack because there's friends within 5 feet, so that's
Yep.
something, I guess. Yeah, all right, well, I'll just take that. I believe it's only 30 feet. Yeah, okay. All right, I'm gonna poke it.
Go for it. That's 17 hits.
And you better believe I'm gonna throw a sneak attack on there.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom. 3 on top of 7. That's 10 damage. It's very solid.
And then
It looks rough. It's not having a good time.
bonus action. Damn, I'm hitting consistently. Okay. I did roll it. It's there.
I just
Oh,
want to let you know,
18?
Anthony, when I get to level 5, I'll be catching up with these numbers.
We'll see about that.
It only helps that you can attack twice a turn.
Well, I also get sneak attack, so my numbers are a little inflated.
All right.
I'll destroy
That's
your
the end of your turn,
numbers.
Giancarlo?
That's it. 14.
That's there.
All right. I am going to, seeing that it ran up to Rune, I'm going to kind of run down here in front of Rune.
Okay.
Getting flanking, I hope, on this thing.
You would have flanking from Giancarlo.
And then I'm gonna, as I get up there, I twirl my staff around. I'm gonna bonk it on the head.
Go for it. Five definitely hits. 8 points of damage. Solid. Yeah, no. You just bonked it on top of the head, and at this point. Oh wait, no, you're blind. Never mind. As you're holding it, Constantine, you recognize this look.
Ah.
It's a fear. But Esther, is that the end of your turn?
No, sir. I'm gonna bonus action,
Ooh.
and I'm gonna kick the shit out of it.
What the hell? Go for it.
As for
I'm
the
gonna-
first time, Esther uses unarmed strike.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh,
say we need
oh,
not
wait.
kill this thing. I think it has
Jesus.
been sated its hunger.
It's a little too late for that.
Yep. 28. That definitely
Wouldn't
fucking
want a
crits.
Well, that's a
quadrupedal
natural
tentacle
well.
having thing.
6 points
Damn
of
shame.
damage. Yeah, it's still looking like it looks like it doesn't want to be here anymore. Esther's at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
say this could be an asset. Maybe it just got displaced.
Oh my god. Alcon just like is cowering behind Simon, but otherwise is not really much. But that is the end of her turn. Neve.
Hearing Constantine suggest not attacking the beast, Neve's gonna get a little bit closer and just pass the turn.
Okay. Rune.
Okay, if we're not planning to hurt the beast, it's not an animal, so I can't really like do animal handling.
You can try.
It's clearly I can try animal handling with it.
Yeah, animal
I
handling
say-
is like a wide and it's like a all-encompassing skill. It's essentially trying to communicate with anything that is not of like normal mind.
Okay.
That is of lower intelligence.
Okay. Is this my action?
If you're trying to do something like that, yeah.
Oakley dokley. Oh no. I know nothing.
As you're attempting to kind of like, how are you attempting to communicate with it?
You know what? Rune really just wanted to make extremely intense eye contact with it, trying to like gauge what's going on with its soul. What's happening?
For the briefest of moments, it meets your eyes, and you think, "Oh, I've got it. I understand this creature," and then immediately breaks eye contact, and you realize, "No, I don't think I actually do understand this creature." But it just
Okay.
begins to like kind of like thrash around while still within Constantine's grasp.
Okay, well, can I use my bonus action to back away?
You can use your movement to back away. You don't need to use your bonus
Oh.
action.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm gonna move all the way to where Neve is.
Understandable. Yeah. You kind of like just
Okay,
like
and that's the
do a
end of my
light
turn.
sprint. But it's its turn. It's going to use its action to attempt to escape the grapple. Yeah, Constantine, give me an athletics check. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. It tries to get out of your grasp, like it shakes very violently, but nothing seems to happen. You have it in a very, very solid grasp by like basically the root of the tentacles. It doesn't look like it's trying to attack you. It just looks like it's trying to like swat you away from it. But doesn't seem to be working.
I'm just increasingly wrapping its tentacles around my wrists, and I'm like, no, come closer.
That's the end of its turn. Simon is not going to do anything. Constantine, you are still grappling it.
Simon's doing his firmware update.
Yeah, basically, he's just standing there, go, "Grr, beep, beep, upgrading. Please do not shut off."
Flashing by
I'm gonna
us.
place my forehead to its forehead and say, "Shh, little one. I know pragmatic predator when I see one. This need not end in your dying. That is."
Okay, give me an animal handling check with disadvantage.
I'm really good at this shit, he said.
Okay. That's not
Wait,
that bad.
I get a D4.
Yeah, you also have a
because
D4.
Blesatos.
Attack
Is
roll or
it
saving
slash
throws.
R?
That's only
It's
saves and attacks.
/R space D4.
He doesn't get it. It's attack rolls or saving throws.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah,
Checks? Oh, never mind.
yeah. It's only guidance. Okay. Yeah, no. As you kind of like glance into this creature's eyes, you kind of like hold it still. It almost seems to understand that you're not trying to hurt it anymore, but it is still definitely like trying to get out of your arms. Like it's not. It is purposely avoiding like hitting you with the tentacles, but it's still trying to like push you away. Like you know how if you've got like a cat in your hands, they'll try to like almost like claw away their way out without like hurting you. But yeah, that's kind of what it's trying to do.
That will be my turn.
All right, Libra.
Cool. Yeah. I am going to walk right here, confused about why everyone is treating this monster like it's a dog or something, and stab it.
Go for it. You have advantage.
Yeah. It's still targeted. Okay. And
14
then let me
hits.
roll.
Oh,
for
23
advantage.
definitely hits. Roll me damage.
Yep. That's
Oh, yeah.
13.
It had 11 HP left anyway. Yeah. As
Ah.
you cut into it, how do you want to do this?
Well, I kind of step over here, confused by everyone, and just straight up call out, "It's a monster! It's not a dog!" And I walk over and I just stab it in the head.
Yeah. And as your sword just kind of goes through it, it goes completely limp. As yeah. Whatever strength there was in the tentacles and the arms, in the legs, it just goes out from underneath it, and it just collapses onto the ground. This pool of blood piling up underneath its head. Yeah, it is no longer moving. It's combat.
Did someone say pool of blood?
There is a pool of blood.
I take out my vials.
Give me a survival check. You can see how many you could get.
Oh, God.
As you're attempting this, Unfortunately, you don't get very much of the blood. You get maybe half of a vial, but
Oh yeah.
it's like contaminated with like dirt, and dust, and all sorts of other stuff, and you're pretty sure it's not really usable.
I stand up and say, "This is fine."
Wait, can Rune help? Sad face. Or is it too late?
Uh, it would have had to been before he attempted this.
Oh, sorry, dude.
But next time you can certainly ask other people for help if you're trying to do something like this. Yeah.
I'm trying to be very covert about it.
I mean, I'm
We
a
all see
ranger,
him
so like survival's
as
my
we-
whole thing.
As we all see him take out a vial and very clearly put it underneath the displacer beast.
Yep.
Very discreet.
Do you say anything?
Nah, Libra doesn't give a fuck.
Okay.
What the fuck was that?
Well,
I'm just
a
getting
monster.
the sweat semen sample, the milk.
What? No, I mean,
I've heard this
whatever.
place.
First of all, most likely a female, so I doubt you'd get that.
Oh, what a quandary! How strange.
Second of
And I
all,
dust off my
why are
coat
you
and
all
walk away.
playing nice with this thing?
He said it looks scared.
And it's a
Yeah.
monster on the verge of death. You kill it so it can't kill other people.
Let's just say it takes one to know one. You might be a monster. I can see the
Yeah,
fierce blood
I
in you.
am.
But next time you're cornered, I'm sure you would have done the same.
I'll fight till my last goddamn breath.
If I learned one thing from humans, it's mercy. And I walk away.
Well, they are idiots then. Mercy doesn't do shit in this world.
These people are fucking weird.
She doesn't even res. Just kidding.
But as you guys are kind of like having a little bit of a discussion, trying to look over it, is there anything that you guys would like to do? The
Is there
horses
anything that looks
have
valuable
on
the
a
vehicle?
beast.
Yeah,
Give me
Or
an
like-
investigation check.
yeah.
Can I go and make sure
Hell
that the
yeah,
fucking
dude.
driver is alive?
Yeah.
I worked for an apothecary one time. Maybe I recognize something.
You know what, Giancarlo? You know that there's nothing explicitly valuable, as in like there's valuables on this guy, because it's a beast that's living in the wilds. It doesn't carry anything.
Right.
But you are aware that the pelt with the tentacles intact is worth quite a decent sum, because it can create cloaks that have very similar effects to this creature.
Okay.
We're also aware that its eyeballs are also valuable.
Okay. And I'm assuming I know this from previous experience with a street alchemist or something like that, right?
Probably something like that.
Okay, cool. He's gonna point this out to the others. Hey, is anybody good at skinning animals? This thing's got some valuable stuff on it.
Well,
I got you. I got you.
All
yes,
right,
and it's
I'm gonna
actually
need.
funny that you say that because you see, the other day when we were first starting to travel, I saw in a dream that it would be useful to have some hunting skills available. So and I'm gonna give Rune advantage because I have survival check advantage due to
Okay.
Astral Elf.
Okay,
Rune,
okay, let me
if you
put
hover
advantage
over
on
it,
that.
yeah,
Oh, it was the
Can
same.
it's pretty
can
good
I,
still.
Can I make my way over and make sure the driver is alive? By the
Yeah,
way?
you do walk over and you kind of like check up on him. You can see he's on the ground. He's just like holding his arm. His arm is definitely broken, but aside from that, he is okay. Like he's alive. But you can see he's like grimacing on his teeth and just like holding his arm. He's like,
Would I be able to try to like fashion some kind of fucking
Splint?
rudimentary splint? Yeah.
You can certainly try. You can give me a medicine check. But as for Rune, as you're kind of like going about to skin this creature, you do manage to get the majority of its skin off with, and it's like almost a complete one piece of the actual creature itself, which is like really impressive, mind you. But yeah, you managed to get this like kind of like whole piece of skin, and I'll say you also extract the eyeballs and kind of put them in like either jars or something. Do you guys have jars? Don't, do you?
Oh,
I might have.
I
unless
wonder if
my
Simon does?
well, I don't even have an alchemy kit. Never mind.
Let me
I have
check.
the proficiency. I don't have the kit.
Hey, Constantine, can you give me your wife's skull?
Oh my god.
We got some new
Question.
eyeballs for her.
Can I preserve eyeballs in an oil skin? Oil flask, I should say.
Um, yes, if you take out the oil,
Okay.
You know, I have
or
a
you keep
pouch.
it in the oil. One or the
I thought that the oil might preserve them better. I don't know.
other. You can give me a nature check.
Yeah, sure. All right. Oh,
The
damn. All right.
oil would actually preserve it better because it would be sealed in a somewhat airtight environment.
Oh, cool. I learned this trick when I worked for an alchemist. Here, give me the eyeballs. I'm gonna put them in this.
What a versatile alchemist.
Just
Well,
pop them in the oil flask. That oil in that flask is probably completely unusable, but
no.
it will preserve it.
I like wiggle them around.
Yeah. It's like the solutions where you see the two eyeballs. It's but yeah, you get a complete skin, and Libra, you unfortunately aren't able to fashion any sort of like splint or rudimentary kind of thing that would help him. But he's like, oh, it's, oh, oh, I'll handle it.
We'll like help him up regardless.
Yeah, you kind of like help him up, and you can see like he scraped his right side like really, really badly. Like there is scratches, there's blood all over the entirety of his right arm, and his like right where his right bicep is, you can clearly see like there is a snap in the bone.
Mm. Yeah, it's looking rough.
Yeah, no, really.
If you give me a moment, I can try and tend to him.
Be my ghost.
He kind of just like leans against the tree and just like I could do anything else, anyways.
And those horses are long gone, right?
No, actually. Kind of glancing towards.
Oh,
They stopped maybe like 400 feet down the road.
good. I'm not gonna go get them because I am not good with animals.
Really fair. Does anybody else want to go try and grab the horses?
I can go try and grab the horses. And the way I'm going to do it is, I'm just going to go like a dog. I'm going to go, horses, come here. And just
Here,
clap.
horsey, horsey, horsey.
Sure. Give me a animal handling check.
Oh, well, I clearly don't know how to use horses.
It's not terrible. It does take you a while. It takes you like almost 30 minutes to get the horses all the way back, like all the 400 feet that they need to come back, so that they can be hooked up back to the cart. But with a little bit of like kind of convincing, a little bit of wheat and some carrots here and there that you guys had for the horses, you eventually do get the horses back, reattach to the actual cart itself. You now have a displacer pelt. Feel free to put that in the inventory, and you have a pair of displacer beast eyes. But also looking at the creature now that it's been skinned, it is like gauntly thin. It is so much thinner than you thought it was. A lot of the fur was keeping it looking like it was like a normal wood. Oh, sorry. But yeah, you guys are set off.
I'm done with
I'm gonna-
this place.
I'm gonna check out the driver.
Oh yeah, give me a medicine check.
Could I get any bonus if I use a healer's kit?
Not technically.
I know I've technically already failed, but can I give him or her advantage?
Yeah. If you have proficiency in medicine.
I do, yeah.
Okay, Esther, you have advanced. Oh.
Thank God.
Yeah, Esther, with like with Libra kind of like pointing things and the details out to you, you kind of get an understanding of how badly the arm is broken. You take a little bit of the portions like out of your healer's kit to like just kind of like dabble the blood off, basically clean off all the wounds. Use a little bit of water from the water skin, then you essentially bind up his arm. He'll be okay. The splint that you've put is like super makeshift, but it'll probably get you to Ashfell without any issues, so long as he doesn't break it again. Or something causes it to unset. Yeah. You guys are now once more upon the road. Unfortunately, the tarp that kind of like laid over the top of your cart has been mostly ripped to pieces. So now you guys have a lot of like holes on either side and on top. And one of the wheels feels like it's probably a little bit crooked, which Simon actually completely just mends. That wheel no longer is crooked. And then he also goes about and mends the rest of the canopy. So the cart, honestly, it probably looks better than when you guys first got it. Yeah. And you continue your journey onwards towards specifically Ashbel. But I will probably call it here. I know it's a little bit shorter, but no, you guys will be okay. Because there is some other
Big
stuff that's
day,
going to
big
happen.
day.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are now approximately here.
Ah.
Bada boom. There will likely be 2 more travel events before you guys get to Ashfell. But yeah,